Now, we have another guest joining us, in fact, at this point. Daniel Wagner, CEO of Country Risk Solutions, is live with us. In fact, he's joining us from Portland. Daniel, as far as you're seeing this conflict really pan out, do you see the U.S. directly getting involved, or will they wait and watch the situation on what kind of progress Israel makes in this conflict? Whose side they're on, that's very clear, of course. But will there be direct involvement by the U.S. or not? Could we know in the next 24 hours? Or you perhaps believe it will be a further wait and watch situation for Donald Trump and his team?
We're certainly reaching a boiling point, and I don't think there's any way that the U.S. is going to be able to avoid getting involved at this point. Whether it happens in the next 24 hours or not is a good question. Nobody knows. I think Trump, on one hand, would like to keep his eye on his Nobel Peace Prize options and ambitions. And I think he would like to ultimately avoid the idea of getting involved in another Middle Eastern war. On the other hand, there's a lot of chest beating involved from all sides. And Trump is not the sort of person who is going to beat his chest in this particular instance. The tariffs are something completely separate, I think. The stakes are so high here, and he has said numerous times on the campaign trail and while he's been in office that Iran will not be getting a bomb. Well, the only way that we can assure that the Iranians will not be getting a bomb is if the U.S. gets involved and uses the bunker buster bombs and takes care of Fordo and any of the other sites that are still potentially operational. That's the only way this is going to happen, and this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. This is the opportunity. And I think, apart from the fact that there's plenty of division in Washington and in his administration about what should be done, my expectation is that he'll be leaning toward the side of the hawks, not the doves, and that ultimately the U.S. will get involved, whether it means the U.S. going first or whether in response to some sort of attack on U.S. bases or people. I think it's also worth noting that most of the governments in the Middle East have anti-aircraft capabilities, anti-missile capabilities. They have either the THAAD or the Patriot systems. All of the U.S. bases have THAAD or Patriot. So I think, although there's little doubt that the Iranians would ultimately attack U.S. bases in the region, I think there is also the argument that the U.S. is well prepared for that eventuality.